Hello, you are welcome to class today. Last time we were looking at VBA. Our emphasis was on how to write in cells. Today we are going to take it to a new dimension. We are going to check how to do copy and paste using the VBA environment. So this data here is our transaction data. The data is a long one. When we check the size is 8,370 rows. So we want to work on this to be able to show you how to do copy and paste. So go to the VB editor by pressing Alt F11. So we go and put insert and module and bring it up. You can remove this and bring this forward. So to bring out a copy, we start with sub copy paste. Then we go ahead to we'll go ahead to define where we want to move. If we want to move this data from the column A and B to column D, so what do? Use range and open up your, so say A1, we're taking it through the last, which is B 8,370. So what are we doing? We copy the range, so you double click on copy. So the next thing you do is you go to where do you want to paste it, say range, and now D1. This is where we want to paste it, but when we want to use the normal Excel that we are used to, you can type your paste, and because there's no special preference to paste on the Intellect environment for VBA, we just paste space special. So after we have done that, you end sub. So you can now go ahead to look at how the code will run by clicking on F8. So the first thing is to sub copy, that means the environment we want to work. Second one is the range, which range are we copying and what are we doing with it. You can see that it has highlighted all the cells that need to be copied, and the last one we press on F8 again. You see it has copied it and paste it from D1 up to the end, and you press your last F8 and the code has finished running. But when you look at the code that has been pasted here, you see that it is showing the similar formatting that was in the original space. Now when we want to do our VBA kind of engagement, we need to go further than this. So how do we do that? You come back to your space special, but first of all you delete this space that you have created, or secondly, alternatively, you can now maybe change and bring it to a new maybe G colon G. So I can still go ahead and say Alt F11, and I'll do some adjustment here. So where do you want to paste this time around? We're going to paste on G1, and how are we pasting it? I will come here under paste special, then because we want to add something, just click on a space and it will give you some highlighting what you need to be done there. So for us to get what we're looking for, you type your XL and paste. It will then paste value. Want to look at the value, so it has appeared, so we'll double click on it. So this is what we want to do. So after we have done that, we can now again and now look at the procedure, how this coding has fared. So we'll go and click and press on F8 once again, and range, okay, F8 range. Now it is on G1 special paste and it ends. So we can see that our new pasting now does not have any formula or any formatting that is attached to it. No line, no color, no highlighting of any thick color, and that is how the work has been achieved. So it has helped us. I can also check the length of the work to see. You can see that the work is in order here. So this is how you can copy and paste your work in VBA. So we are going to look at offset command as the next VBA item we are going to consider. Now the offset command is an intelligent tool that is used to condition the macro within the VBA to do some certain things which makes work looks elaborate. For instance, it does not only work within your place of command, it also work within the relative environment of what you want to do. So for instance, looking at the diagram above, where we have product ID, quantity, and the note where we want to restock. So for instance, let's look at the restocking that we did earlier. Now having this, we'll go to our Alt F11 to bring in our module, and we insert module, and say sub. So like this one, we can call it offset as the name of the macro. So next we'll write the active cell. An active cell is the cell in which we have already highlighted, and you can see our active cell is C2 here, and this is where your cursor has already highlighted. So active cell, then dot value, because we are interested in the value. There's value, you click on the value, then the next thing we equate it to something, and that thing is our restock, and we'll give a space. The space is also show when we want to bring in our work into the environment. We'll see that it's separated with a gap from the date. So the next thing we will use our ampere, then the date, and the date is today's date, and we end. So having this, we'll come over with our F8 to look at how this code is running. That's good. You can see that we have been able to put up the restock for today's date, which is 25 of April 2024, and under this particular item number 2. So it doesn't end there. So we now want to look at offset. So what do? We now have to increase it. So the assignment to have now is, after we have done this, is to color the cell that is next to the item that we have worked with. Remember, we added restock to packet 900 quantity 207, and we want to now color the quantity, maybe highlighting it in a red color. That is our next work to do. You write an active cell, offset, and you now obey the rules that have to do with this relativity. For your rows remaining on the place of action, we leave it at 0, and if we are going up from the place of our emphasis to next step up, we are leaving it at -1, and if we are coming down to a new line, we are leaving it as 1. And for the column, so for here, we want to leave our work where is on the spot of restock, so that is 0, which is the position where it is. Then we'll put in the comma. See, we have done the first one, offset. We have also checked the row offset. Then the next one is column offset, and for column offset, when you are moving to the left is -1, and when you are moving to the right is +1 or just 1. So we are looking at this particular space, we are moving to the left, so we now write -1, and we bring it out, and we enter our period. So when we enter our period, now what do we want to do? So we're actually interested in the interior, so click on the interior, and we're also interested with the color, because it's color that we want to work with. So what color do we want to put? So say we want to put red color, and it is getting as VB red, for Visual Basic red. So after we have done that, we can now use our F8 to look at the movement of our work. So you can see that. So you can see that the red has been highlighted. So if I should decide to change the active cell to C9, and again I go to Alt F11, and I repeat the process. So it will also do the same thing. So you can see that we have been able to use offset to not only get what we're looking for, but also to get the colors or affect the reference or close by cells or row. So this is how you can use offset in VBA. So we have done something relative to the active cell using the offset.